Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello my dear students, I hope you are all doing well. Here we meet again for another video for Super Goal 4, our book for this term. And today we start a new unit, a new lesson. And what's the weather like today? It's a question that we can ask every day, asking about the weather. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it rainy? Is it snowy? So what's the weather like is the title of our unit. It seems that we're going to talk about the weather. So we're going to know about the weather around the world. Okay. So please make sure that you have your books, page 40. And let's think about which of these cities has weather most like yours? Like the weather here in Jeddah. Okay. It's mostly hot. Most of the year it's hot. Plus the humidity, which make us sweat and tired. In other places, it's cold. It's freezing cold. Okay. So we're going to know about some places, weather around the world, and let's listen and follow, please, in your books. So make sure that you have your pen or pencil. Open your books, page 40, and let's listen together. First, the first city we're going to talk about where we live. We're going to talk about Jeddah. So listen about Jeddah and then we may ask some questions.
Weather around the world. Jeddah, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Summer is usually sunny, really hot, and very dry. Temperatures are often over 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, and 54% humidity.
Okay, so that's the first city, Jeddah. In some places, when we ask about the weather or how hot it is, they use the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is a scale in which they measure the temperature. But mostly in Arab countries, we use Celsius. So when we say that it's 40 degrees today, 40 degrees Celsius. In some countries or some places, they use Fahrenheit. Okay, and I think that you know the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit, and you had it in science. So the temperature in Jeddah is often hot, mostly hot, usually hot, okay, and very dry. Humidity, that's a problem. Humidity which make us tired, and you feel that you can't breathe well. Okay, it's 54%, sometimes higher. Okay, another city. Let's listen.
Montreal, Canada. The weather in the fall can be unpredictable, from cool to cold. It's often windy and cloudy, and temperatures vary from 40 to 58 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 to 15 degrees Celsius.
Okay, that's the second city, Montreal, in Canada. The weather there in the fall, we have 4 seasons in the year: winter, summer, spring, and fall. Fall, the fall starts in September till December. Okay, so the weather in the fall can be unpredictable. Unpredictable, you can't predict it. We have no predictions, you have no expectations. From cool to cold, it's windy, cloudy, and temperature vary means between and between. Vary from 40 to 58. Okay, it can be 40 to 58 degrees Fahrenheit, means from 5 to 15 degrees Celsius. The third city that we are going to know about, start.
Chicago, USA. It gets very cold in winter, and it often snows. Chicago gets approximately 40 inches of snow, 100 centimeters per year. Temperatures often fall below 0 Celsius and even below 0 Fahrenheit.
Okay, so in some places like Chicago, in the USA, in America, it's very cold. So sometimes temperature fall below 0. Okay, the temperature below 0, so it's freezing cold. It gets very cold, it often snows. And when they want to measure the amount of snow that falls on a country, they say that the country receives how many inches high. Okay, from the ground. So they say that Chicago gets approximately 40 inches of snow, the inch, which is 2.5 centimeters. they get, or Chicago gets 40 inches of snow, about 100 centimeters of snow per year, every year. Okay, that's why it's very cold. The last city that we're going to talk about, which is Kyoto in Japan.
Kyoto, Japan. Spring is usually cool, but some days can be quite warm. The average temperature is around 52 degrees Fahrenheit, 11.2 degrees Celsius.
Okay, that's in Kyoto, Japan. The temperature, when we say the average temperature, it can be a bit higher or a bit lower. The average temperature is around 11.2 degrees Celsius, a bit higher or a bit lower. So these are 4 cities. And according to the weather, you're going to design your plans. You're going to have certain plans depending on if it is hot or if it is cold. Let's listen about people's plans here. What are they planning to do? Here we have 4 people, Adnan, Henry, Wayne, and Tommy. They have certain plans, so they come from different cities that we have already heard about. Let's know about their plans. The first one.
People's plans. Adnan.
I won't stay in Jeddah in July and August. It's extremely hot. I'll probably visit my cousins in Abba and enjoy the mountains.
Okay, so that's the first one, Adnan, who comes from Abha. His cousins, his family come from Abha. That's why he traveled there in July and August, the hottest months of the year, the hottest time of the year. The second one, Henry.
Henry. I think I'll go camping in the fall. It's when trees begin to lose their leaves and offer a magnificent display of colors.
Okay, so Henry comes from, yes, when we talked about the fall in Montreal. Okay, he said that he would go camping. Do you know camping? When you have a camp in the desert, in the forest, okay, because the weather is very nice there. The third one.
Wayne. I'll probably go ice skating or skiing this winter. Maybe I'll visit my family in Florida and get away from the cold.
Okay, here Wayne will go ice skating. Why ice skating? Because of the snow, yes. Okay, because there in Chicago, they have, or the city gets lots of snow, so he can go skating on the snow. The last one, Tommy.
I'll go and see the cherry blossoms. Spring in Kyoto is absolutely breathtaking. It's my favorite season.
So Tommy from Japan, from Kyoto, and he's talking about the weather there. He said that it's absolutely breathtaking, marvelous, great, excellent. Okay, so these are 4 people. They come from 4 different cities that we have known about, and we have known about their plans for spending their time. Now let's move to another page. Let's move to page 41. And here we have a person who's going to tell us about the weather forecast. What's the weather forecast? Sometimes when you have a plan to do something, you ask about the weather forecast. Okay, is it going to be hot tomorrow? Is it going to be cold? Okay, how is the weather during the weekend to plan what you're going to do? So here the person is telling us about the weather forecast. Let's listen and find out which city or which of these cities has weather the most like yours.
The weather forecast.
It's hurricane season. Hurricane George will pass over the Gulf of Mexico, but will not cause any damage. It won't hit Mexico, but will stay over the Gulf. It'll rain.
So we should thank God that we have no hurricanes. Okay, alhamdulillah, we have no hurricanes in our area, in our countries. Okay, because when there is a hurricane, it's a natural disaster which can cause many damage to many places. Okay, let's complete.
In Central America tomorrow. It may also rain in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Florida will be cloudy. The temperature will be around 86 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 30 degrees Celsius in Miami.
Oh.
Rain. Snow. Cloudy. Sunny. Partly cloudy. Partly sunny. Windy.
Okay, so that's how we describe the weather. When I ask you, what's the weather today? You could say, it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's partly cloudy, or it's partly sunny. It's windy when there is wind. There is rain, or it's raining. There is snow, or it's snowy. Okay, so all these words can be used to describe the weather of the country or describe the weather of the place where you live. Okay, so that was about the weather and describing the weather in the places where we live. Okay, so that was our lesson today, the first lesson of Unit 5. Thank you so much till we meet again in another video. Goodbye.